So welcome
Thanks.
to the Van Livin podcast.
This is great. I've been looking forward to this since we got the date set. Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, we've been having fun so far with our first couple episodes. Where you guys at right now? You're out west.
Yeah, we've been spending the summer in Colorado. And it's been
nice there, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been we follow your guys' travels, so we love it.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
The world to us.
We wish we could have been at Peace, Love, and Vans, but we're gonna try to make it next year.
Yeah, it was too hard to make it work this year. But yeah.
It was a good event.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it. We saw some some video from you guys and a few others, so we got to kind of live vicariously, I guess.
Yeah, that's the only way we can do it right now. Until we're out of the nest.
Yeah. You guys have a target date?
Well, we have a target month.
So we're planning on putting our house up for sale December.
Okay.
So
however long it takes to do that.
Yeah.
That's
We'll see how long. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's just around the corner.
We actually want. What's that?
You remember what that felt like?
I bet. Yeah, we wanted to go. We just read a book, and after we read the book, we're like, we want to go now, but our daughter is with us until December, so we can't leave her hanging. So
we got to give her some time to find another place. So.
No pressure.
Yeah.
No, she knows. She's well aware of how excited we are and what we're looking forward to. So
Yeah.
Yeah. When you guys get on the road, where are you hoping to go first?
Well, I have a whole idea planned. I don't know if it's going to work out that way. It would be basically I want to go to the Keys again, start there, and then work because we're in Florida. So I kind of want to go there and work our way all the way from there and just, travel up and over and back around.
We have kids in California and Chicago, so we haven't really started to plan that yet. This is kind of our planning, watching different friends doing it out there and how they do it and asking them questions. That's kind of why we did this podcast. So it's kind of our way of preparing for the van life.
Yeah.
Well, my 2 cents worth of free advice is pace yourself. As you guys are thinking about the future and making your plans, try to take your time with it. At first, when we first started, we were pedal to the metal, and it's easy to get burnt out trying to do too much. So yeah, pace it out.
Yeah.
Pace it out. Take your time.
Yeah, I noticed that y'all were doing a lot more, and then just recently slowed that down and started to. I think it was like in Georgia was like one of y'all's first like taking it slower, and yeah, I was watching that. I was like, oh, okay, that's that. They call that
slow travel.
Yeah, slow travel, right? That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
We've actually heard that 2 out of 3 episodes, so we're gonna definitely take that to heart. That will be I'm not in a hurry anyway. I'm slow as I'm pretty slow as a person. Not minded, but kind of sometimes I'm slow in the head too.
That's kind of like all you've got going on too. Like for us, we're trying to balance work and doing YouTube and travel, and that can be challenging. So
yep.
That's one of the questions we have. So when you were at home before you sold your home and went on the road full time, were you both working a full-time job? And then did you keep that job and still have that job on the road?
yeah, I've actually been self-employed for a long time before we moved to Florida. So that's the nice thing is that I can continue to do that when we get on the road.
Mm-hmm.
He does most of the YouTube stuff. He does all the editing and.
I tell everybody I'm the trophy husband.
Yeah. Wow. So we mixed that up. I was thinking it was the opposite.
Yeah.
No.
He's my trophy.
That's cool. So were you I got a question. I got a funny question for you, Steve.
Sure.
Were you in law enforcement?
Now only in my dreams.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Um, I think we were watching one of your videos, and I saw a badge on the dashboard, and I was like, I bet Steve used to be a cop.
Yeah.
That's actually it's a keepsake from my dad who passed away.
Oh,
Aw.
I'm sorry. Well, that's
He was a security officer for a
ah,
Oh, okay.
so
One of his jobs, yeah.
it's
okay. So
a small
cool.
little memento that I carry with me.
That's
Aw.
awesome.
I think
Yeah, we have lots of those.
I
Yeah.
think you're only the
What's
second
that?
person to notice that.
Congratulations. It takes a bit of an eagle eye to notice that. I got it kind of tucked in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the story behind that.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, we have a lot of little things like that we'll carry with us, forever.
Sure.
Little Easter
That's cool.
eggs.
That makes it even better, because you're kind of a joker. So I didn't know if you're using that for I don't know.
Try to get out of a
when
traffic ticket.
when you get the knock at night, you'll be like,
Oh, let me go back.
Yeah.
good,
I'm
carry
sure-
on.
I'm sure that wouldn't backfire on us or nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
So I have another question, and if y'all are okay, we do have questions that we want to ask, if that's okay.
Fire away.
Just throw that out there, because yeah. Okay, so the next one I have is what made you decide to sell everything and hit the road
Well,
full time?
it wasn't our intention at first. We got the van just before COVID broke out in 2020. And I think our initial plan was just to do kind of part-time with it as we were building it out. But I think what happened is we would get back from these short little trips and we'd immediately start thinking about, what are we going to do next?
Where are we going to go?
What's the next big trip? Yeah. And I just think one thing led to another, and we just decided the time was right.
We got the travel bug.
Yeah, time was right to sell the house and go full time. And we just celebrated 3 years.
3 years.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Timers, yeah.
And it is crazy because I loved where we lived. I thought we'd live in that house forever. So that just goes to show, you never know.
Yeah. And a lot of people ask us, do we regret it, miss having a house? And honest to goodness, we don't. Having a house is nice, but as you know, there's a lot that goes into owning a home. A lot of bills, a lot of maintenance, and it is nice to be out from underneath that. And selling everything gives you tremendous flexibility, freedom. You don't have to worry about the home anymore. For a hot minute, we thought about maybe renting it out, but then, you'd still be kind of tied to it. You have to handle all those maintenance calls, emergency maintenance calls that obviously never happen at a good time. So, yeah.
He does miss his recliner, though.
Yeah. I just got another one too. A friend gave me theirs. So but we got rid of our couch. So we got rid of our couch, and now we've got 2 recliners in the living room. It looks really weird in a house, but
little by little we are getting rid of furniture. Our daughter's like, where am I gonna sit?
Yeah.
Like, you still have a chair?
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Eventually we're not gonna have any furniture in the house.
Yeah, that's definitely what we're feeling right now, is the everything we earn right now is going to a mortgage and paying all these bills. And I'm like, I don't want to sit in my living room, for the rest of my life.
Sure.
And I know she doesn't. And this was actually her idea. I've always been kind of a very nomadic person. And we were before we had kids. And we lived all over. And then we had kids, so we wanted to have a home for them to be in. Well, they've grown and they're out on their own now, and we're like, all right, we need to get out of here. You know, we've got to see the world.
So
Well, yeah. I mean, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
on the heels of that, I have a question for you guys. Your kids and all your other relatives, as you share this idea with them, are they looking at you funny? Do they question it? Do they understand it? What's the reception been like for you guys?
I think there's a mix feelings from different people, but yeah, definitely. I don't think they think we're serious. There's a little bit of that. And then there's crazy. Yes, our daughter thinks we're crazy.
So um, our kids think we're nuts. They don't think we're gonna do it.
They're like,
And
I can't believe you want to be homeless.
yeah, but everyone else is all for it. Everyone else is very supportive, and they're like, I mean, of course they're gonna be, because they're like, get out there, do it, have fun, and so we've had a lot of support from our the older family members
And
and
friends, and we have friends that watch our YouTube channel, and our podcast, so they're looking forward to seeing us go. And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
and they ask us when we're gonna go. And
I
I'm
think
like,
they got bets on us. They're like, are they going to do it?
yeah, I
We'll
think
see.
so.
Because right now we're like wannabes right now. I mean, we do a lot of traveling, and we have for the past 20 years. We've had RVs, and we've done
Camping and
road trips across the nation, and so we're not like newbies or anything, but we've never done it full time, so
Yeah.
we're ready.
Our friends joked too, I think. They said they were going to take bets on how long we would do it. You remember
Right.
that when we first
Yeah.
hit the road?
And I also have a family member who did not understand. I think maybe now he understands it a little bit better, but he just couldn't get his head wrapped around the idea. And
Yeah, couldn't understand why we'd want to do it. Yeah.
and to each their own. He doesn't like to travel as much, so I understand where he's coming from. Uh, if and that's okay. It makes the world go round. If you're a homebody, that's great. I mean, obviously, we all need those types of people in this world. We can't all be driving around in vans, but you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, exactly that, because I was like, you know what, I can't be mad if people don't understand it or don't like see it how we see it, because you know what, we need you guys too.
Yeah.
We all need to be in our own different places doing different things, so I appreciate them too.
There won't be any place to park
Yeah,
if
for
everyone's
us.
doing it.
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, and the other thing,
It's hard enough.
the other thing I would say too is just to do it if you want to do it, to do it now. Like, 'cause we talked a little bit about Steve's dad. Steve's dad had a spinal stroke, I think, right after he retired. And I think a lot of people just assume, oh, I can do it later on. But we're really glad that we can do this now, because you just really never know.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's definitely an urgency, and that's what I've been feeling, and so that's why we're just like trying to do, whatever steps it takes to get there, and I'm looking forward to it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like be patient, but sometimes it's hard because I'm like, I just want to go down.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of like close friends and relatives pass away in the past couple of years, and I'm like, man, I went to high school with this guy, who's my best friend, and it's gone like that, and it's like I want to live life. I don't want to be trapped in a living room, So
And then there's people that do other things to travel and other stuff. This just makes sense to us. This is what we've decided what we want to do for travel, and
Right.
that would be fun.
Yeah. Speaking of, we have pretty good friends who I don't think have any desire to sell their house, but they still travel quite a bit. So yeah, to each their own.
Exactly.
You
Want to do it?
want to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you this is probably a good question for everyone watching. How do you guys like figure out and plan where you're going to stay at night, and then also cuz I've seen a couple videos where you're like, okay, we've got this place. If this doesn't work, we have these two places, which is pretty good. That's three possibilities.
So obviously you
but
plan it out. Yeah.
do you plan out like for a week, or and like with food and everything, or how do you do that?
So I do most of the planning in regards to our travel in general. We used to plan more in advance. Like right now, like for instance in Colorado, we knew we needed to be to Colorado for Peace, Love, and Vans, and then we kind of plan around the weather. We knew, okay, we have until this time of the year before it gets probably starts getting cold, or us snow, and we also want to go to Utah next, but we know it's kind of hot there now. So I usually have some dates in mind of like, okay, we need to be here, here, and here, but we've been trying to do that a little more loosely, like not plan in between so much. So we have flexibility because the whole thing was slowing down and just enjoying things. And if we like something, we don't want to have to leave because we've got another commitment. So we've been loving being in Colorado and sometimes not deciding. Well, often we don't decide until that day.
Yeah.
He usually looks for more of the spots and does the planning with that. And we shared recently, we did a video about the different tools we use. So many apps that are helpful with that. So he uses iOverlander a lot. We started to use Disperse, get actual physical maps, things like that. Okay, Google Maps and. So.
I like to joke that I let the thinking to other people.
Yeah, seriously.
No.
That's what they're for.
Yeah.
No, seriously, when we first started out, with you guys kind of thinking about the near future, it brings back these memories when we were in your shoes. Our very first season, quote unquote, we had everything planned out. Audra had or most of it. She had a document of this, and
itinerary.
Yeah, and I would go off of that
Yeah.
and find, okay, we're going to be in this town. What does this town have to offer? Checking iOverlander, Walmart's, Cracker Barrels, etc., etc. So we were pretty well planned out. So it's funny now, 3 years later, like Audra just said, there's times where we'll figure it out that moment. We'll pull something up and say, okay, what are we doing tonight?
Yeah.
So it's quite the fundamental shift for us over the past 3 years and I think that's part of it as you become more familiar, more comfortable with it all, is you tend to relax a little bit, and not so planned out. At least for us.
And it's easier out west. There's a lot more dispersed.
I was gonna ask about that.
There's a lot of camping. So now it's a little different this summer too because we're doing a lot of traveling with our friends Bill and Christina. So we're trying to kind of work together and figure out what areas we might want to go to. And they've also marked a lot of spots, and that makes it easier too. And like when I looked at regions of Colorado, I at least looked on some of these resources to make sure, okay, there are some spots there, because there are some spots here that are a little more difficult, but for the most part, there's a lot of options.
One of the things we love about out west is most of these spots, the boondocking, BLM land, dispersed camping,
and management, the national forest.
It's 14 days max, which is just amazing. And we have found some just amazing free spots, and
that's more than we'll stay anywhere. We'll never stay anywhere 14 days.
Yeah, I think the most we've ever stayed one spot in 4 nights is our record. But anyway, I have to pinch myself.
Yeah.
When we come across these places and you look around, and first of all, it's free, and then you can stay up to 14 days. You're like, this is amazing. And as East Coasters, you're not familiar with that. Are used to that.
Have pit toilets. That's a huge thing for us.
Yeah. I grew up in California, and we used to we'd go to the Colorado River, and I mean, you basically just find a spot, like the best spot open, and it's yours. There's no paying or anything, and yeah, I love that. We used to go out to the desert, and you could camp anywhere.
Yeah.
So, and it's nice and cool at night.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's when it might be hot in the day, but it's nice and cool at night.
Yeah, that makes
out here. You know how Florida is. It's impossible to live out here. My brother is actually living in his car right now. He just sold his house, so he's trying to sell his property, so he can buy a camper. But right now he's living in his car in Florida, and it's been like 110
Brutal.
degrees out here.
And
So,
humid.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah, which
yeah,
makes
it's
it feel
terrible.
hotter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dry heat. No. I understood that. After I moved out from California, we always say it's a dry heat, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that,
Oh,
you know, it's a different animal.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't think I would like the dry heat, but I'm realizing it's a lot more comfortable. Like we had the high 90s that we were in, and that's a lot more bearable if you're in the shade at least compared to
Yeah,
the high 90s
Mhm.
Yeah.
where you're dripping sweat and just drenched.
Yeah.
I know. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
So, how do you plan out your food? Is that something you do like a weekly thing or
It's not so much a weekly thing as needed type of
We
system. Obviously, you can't carry as much as you might be used to in your home. So you're going to be doing more shopping than you're probably used to. Um,
yeah, I mean, obviously we take into consideration like if we know we're going to be out dispersed camping for a few days and there's no Walmarts or whatever around, we try to plan ahead.
Kind of like camping. Like you
Yeah,
would
I
camp.
mean, we definitely go more often now. We know certain meals that we like to do a lot, so we always just try to like. I think we've just learned like this is how much we kind of need to have all the time. And then if we're gonna be somewhere like out here, there are certain things we buy that we know. Oh, if we need to at the last minute, and we can't get to a grocery store, we have it. So we have like canned beef right now. We have canned vegetables. You know, extra things just in case we want to stay somewhere longer.
Audra's really good at kind of meal planning. So like, oh, let's try to do this or this or this,
Yeah.
and again, it's not a rigid thing,
Yeah,
but
we at least have several options
yeah,
that we know we'll be able
right.
to choose from. But I am.
right?
Steve said you can't fit a lot, but I've gotten good at fitting a lot, especially you got. We love Aldi because it's such good prices out
Yes,
east, and there's
we
not
do too.
out here. So I put food anywhere I can to stock up and take advantage before we go somewhere like we know it's gonna be more expensive. So
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
we love Aldi. We've been actually um, at home. We are only cooking on one stove or one burner now to get used to it. So, and we're also we're planning out a cookbook, um, and we've got quite a few of the recipes. Like um, she'll come up with something, and then we'll do a video of it in the camper or in the van.
yeah,
So we've got quite a few of those, and there's some of them are good, some of them are not good. Um, but I think one of them we actually made onion rings because we saw you guys
Yep.
frying onion rings in the skillet, and so we're like, hey,
That was
let's try
awesome.
that out, and it was great.
It was
So
good.
that's a
um,
challenge if you only have one burner.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah. So
is that all you
we're
have to do?
definitely
Onion
trying to
rings?
plan that.
No, we did that when we were out camping somewhere.
Oh,
Because we never thought about onion rings. We thought you have to have an oven for that, or at least an air fryer. We don't have that in the camper or in the van. So when we saw your video, Steve, we were like, "Let's try how Steve did it. It worked. It was great." And we just did it in the pan.
we were in Kentucky somewhere, and we made
Yeah.
like grilled cheese sandwiches with onion rings, and they were great.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. I will say
Yeah,
I am surprised how well we eat. Because when you think about this type of lifestyle, you think, oh, it must be like cereal every day, or cold cuts or whatever. But um, I'm impressed by what we're able to find at the store that will work in our space, and again, what we're able to cook just with our simple 2 burner camp stove.
In limited space.
In very
Yeah.
limited space. Yeah,
yeah.
been working out.
Would you say you're eating better now in the van life than at home? I mean, as far as like better, like healthier.
I'd probably say no difference.
I would say no different. I would agree with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe less snacking if we're somewhere where we're active and like hiking a lot, because then I feel like I
Okay.
snack more when I'm bored. But
Right.
for the most part, I would say it's probably more
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
So you stay a bit more busy than now being van life, I guess, right?
Well, like I
Yeah.
said, when we first started out, it was just crazy. We were exhausting ourselves trying to do
Yeah.
too much. So
Right.
we were absolutely staying busy.
We're still doing a pretty good job of it. But I feel like we also, it's so weird. I feel like we've slowed down a lot, but still feel like it's just a never-ending list of things we have to do. But we're able to balance that with sightseeing, so it all works.
Yeah, let me just tell you, I want to compliment y'all on your videos because one thing that I've noticed about you is your photography is very good. I love your photography and all the animals and everything, and that's why we were actually thinking that you might, Audra, you might have like some kind of a photography job or something before that because
Documentary job.
when
'Cause
you're
really
when
good
you're
photographers.
speaking the like doing the history of the park you're at or something. I'm like, she sounds like she's done this before, you know, like professionally.
Steve calls that my history lessons. No, actually,
Yeah.
Steve has a background with doing video editing, so that works perfectly for YouTube. And then I've always
Okay, that makes sense.
And I've always been creative. Like in high school and elementary school, I did tons of art stuff. And now for work, I do graphic design and website development. And I've always done photography's always been a hobby. So I love, like, people will tell me, "Oh, put the camera down and enjoy it." I'm like, I am enjoying it looking through my camera.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like funny. The whole experience. You get the whole experience. Yeah. It's great.
It's funny, before van life, even before we knew YouTube was even an option, a thing. We would go on trips and we would still be recording, and she would photography, taking photos, and at that time, our only outlet to show those to anybody was to put them together, edit them together, and then burn it to a DVD. And, you know, it'd be our little home movie of that particular trip. So it kind of all built on itself anyway. We had this interest and this background in it. So now YouTube has given us this outlet to show it to whoever wants to watch.
Yeah,
that's
great.
Kind of how we started our podcast, was basically that way, to get to have anybody that wants to come on and tell their story. So you have a collection of stories that people share that will last throughout however long, you know, on YouTube.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Talking about the food. Now, I noticed, and I'm pretty sure you said a can of beef. And I think I've seen you use the can of beef before, and I've never heard or seen that before. And I was just curious where you found that.
Is that can-o beef?
No, just canned beef.
Canned beef, yeah. Because I'm like, there's canned ham, like tuna, and spam, but I've never.
I love that stuff. I don't know where it's from, but
it's just it's kind of like roast beef, but it's just in a can.
Oh, okay.
So where did you find that?
Walmart, actually. So
really, okay. I'm curious. I will try it.
It's just beef, salt, and water. Like, there's no other preservatives or anything, which is like usually stuff in a can.
Yeah, that's great.
A bunch of stuff, but it actually was. I think it's about. Did we figure it's like $10 a?
Yeah, it's a little bit on the pricey side, but the trade-off is you don't have to worry about expiration, or at least the expiration date is way far out in the future.
I think it's. It might be $10. It might be 2 pounds of meat, which isn't horrible for beef.
That's not bad.
And I think it breaks down about $5 a pound.
Except, the price went up a little bit. I think now it's 12 something.
Right.
But yeah, so I feel like it's not bad.
Yeah, I think we just kind of stumbled across it. Of course, we knew there was tuna in a can. And then I think we saw chicken in a can. Yeah. And then I don't know.
Ham.
One of us saw it, and we're like, "Whoa, there's beef."
I know. That's how I was like, what?
I mean, why not?
Never heard of that before. Awesome.
So we put it on sandwiches with horseradish sauce. The horseradish mayonnaise mix.
Yeah, pretty tasty.
I love that.
Okay.
I love that.
So with that, what would you say is do you have a favorite meal that you make that it's probably become your like go-to?
Hold on, let me guess.
Oh.
Stir fry.
That's a great.
Yeah. If I'm right, I need a badge. I need a YouTube watcher badge or whatever.
Yeah, I would say stir fry probably. We also do like the Mexican meal sometimes. We haven't done that actually all summer, but that's another favorite.
another quick, kind of like the onion rings. You wouldn't necessarily think you could do it on a stovetop, but we do pita bread pizza,
Oh yeah.
and that's a good one.
Oh, how do you do that for like to melt the top part? Like the top part for pizza it just melts.
Just putting the top on.
Yeah, just put the lid on.
I've
let
always
it
wanted to
sit
try
for
that.
a couple 3 minutes, and
It's pretty good.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I love pizza, and if I can make it on a pan,
Yeah.
yes.
Actually,
There's another one to try.
I think it's really good. And then we've mentioned before, like at Aldi, so we don't get raw meat anymore. It just feels like it's too gross to handle in here and have to deal with. So we do more for meat now, and it's probably not as healthy. But Aldi has prepared meats. We get like a coconut Thai chicken.
Mm-hmm.
We do the Mexican. We get some kind of pork, things like that, and then we just add to it a lot. So we like that.
Yeah, that's what I say about the rotisserie chicken. I love those because they're just so easy. You can do 2 meals out of those.
So we're gonna have to do the pizza because
Mhm.
she didn't like my pizza idea. I had they were called pizza dias, and it's basically one of those Walmart personal box pizzas for like $1, and then you put one on, and then you put another one on top of it, and cut it like a
Like
quesadilla.
face to face, yeah.
She didn't like it.
It was too thick.
Yeah.
Like the crust was too thick.
It was like the epitome of junk food. It was probably the worst thing you could eat. I'm like,
yeah.
if we eat like this, we're not gonna make it very
No.
far.
I thought you were gonna say on the tortilla shell, because some people have said that they use the like quesadilla, like those shells, but then it'd be all floppy.
Yeah.
So I really like the pita bread.
The pita, that would work.
Yeah, we're gonna try that.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been through, like, I personally went through this today and yesterday. My van had our van had a recall, and I took it into the shop, and it was a 2-hour job, and I just got it back today at 4 o'clock. So they had it for 30 hours. I'm wondering if when you guys do you have any issues with your van where what do you do? Do you just get a hotel or?
That's a great question. So far, again, 3 years full time, about 6 years, over 6 years total. We haven't had any major mechanical problems that has derailed our travels.
That's a biggie.
That's good.
Said, it is good to have a plan, and our plan is if that happens, yeah, we're gonna find a hotel or motel that will accommodate the cat.
Yeah.
And then we'll find a garage and we'll use that motel as kind of the home base as we get the situation figured out.
Some places will let you stay in the van like until they can work on it, whatever. But for us, it's an issue. Like we don't obviously want to have the cat in when they're doing work if it's loud or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Stand
So we've had to do some maintenance stuff, and we actually have a friend in Pennsylvania who's got a car place that we trust that he does all the work, and we can thankfully stay like at someone's place with the cat while that's being done. Like he'll drop me off and go, or we had something in New York too. Same thing. We could stay at a family member's place.
Right.
It's a little stressful with the cat, but we've made it work.
Yeah. My advice, if you don't already have it, is to get some sort of travel insurance like AAA.
Okay.
I'm sure there are others. We have AAA. Just have that assurance that if, God forbid, something happens and you're
right
in the middle of nowhere, at least you can
Mm-hmm.
somebody get towed to a garage.
Definitely.
Yeah, we had Good Sam for a while, and that's it's really good because they tow you like 500 miles.
We've had
if
to
they
use
have
it,
to.
haven't we?
Yeah,
I think we've had to use it.
Yeah, so that's good to have. Okay, I got a funny one here, but this is like really between us and you guys. We have this in common. What is your favorite? And so I call them ground scores, but I guess they like curb find or whatever. What is your favorite curb find? Because I know a lot of your stuff is found on the side of the road.
Yeah, we watched that.
Hey,
Van Bill.
We're all about that. I've got all kinds of good stuff.
So is the question something we found for the van or anytime?
Just whenever.
Well, since you've been building for the van and all that, but if there's anything you found since then.
Well, one of the craziest things, when we first got the van, we actually picked up some cabinets that we thought maybe would work, and in the end, they didn't work. They just were too big. But we posted them on Facebook Marketplace, and we had tons of people wanting them because I guess cabinets are so expensive. So it was crazy how many people wanted these cabinets.
And they weren't great cabinets by any stretch of the imagination, but the interest was wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
That's a great question. I have to think a little bit about.
We have found lots of furniture in the past for our house and stuff for the van. There was one house where it had sold and the people left a bunch of stuff, so the new owners just put stuff out on the curb. We got a TV center. Our neighbor came to help us, and he kept tons of stuff. There was canned food. Like, he took the canned food, I think. There were tons of things from, like, Home Goods that still had the sticker on them, like decorative stuff.
Wow.
Like, we went home with, like, a truck full of stuff from this place.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy what people throw away.
It's sad.
It's crazy and sad. Yeah.
When we were looking for the stuff for our van, we would see stuff and we would just post it. Like, there's this perfectly fine furniture. Come get it if you want it, because otherwise it's going in the trash. So.
Yeah, I found drum sets, that were like valuable drum sets on the side of the road. I mean, I couldn't even list how many things I found that are like, I found bikes one time in this really like nice neighborhood, and they were brand new by the mailbox, and they were like kids bikes, and this was during COVID, so bikes were like a hot commodity. Sure. And I saw them and I was like, they were so new. I actually went to the owner and knocked on the door and I said, "Are you throwing those away?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can have them." And they each of them were missing a pedal, and I was like, "I wonder if he knows they're threaded right and left." And he was like, "I don't care, just take them." And so I took them, and I ended up buying the pedals for like $10 from the website, and we sold them for like $100 each. I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's just a good way to make money. If you go through the effort.
Zero gravity chairs too once, so it is funny what people throw out.
Yeah. Probably the funniest story. Somebody was throwing away a trash can, like a big 50-gallon or whatever they are trash can. And right. So I took that trash can and flipped it, like sold it to somebody else. And
that probably is one of the most interesting things I've heard then.
Yeah.
Flipping and selling, I mean.
They're expensive.
Yeah. I wonder how you get the trash guys to take the trash can, though, because how do they know it's not just the trash can?
Leave them a note.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you got to leave them a note. Ours they won't take anything if it's outside of the trash can.
It has to be and it has to be that specific one and just that one, unless you buy a second one and they're not cheap. So.
Okay. So here's our question that we're going to ask every episode towards the end. What brings you happiness?
I think in thinking about van life in particular, for me, it's finding a free spot by a water source, like a stream or a river or a lake, and just kind of plopping down and relaxing at that spot. I think that is something that brings me happiness. We've also stumbled across some just magnificent parks. Like, I think everyone thinks about, we're going to do the big parks, right? Grand Canyon, Zion, all the big tourist attractions, which are nice, don't get me wrong. But I think what is also kind of amazing is the local parks in towns. some of them are just amazing, and it's a great way to just kind of again pull up, chill out for a while.
Yeah.
So that's one thing of many that brings me some happiness.
So you said you're going to ask us that, and I was thinking about it, and I think that is a really good question, and I think it opens up maybe a big can of worms, because to share, like, it can be complicated traveling. So I'll start with saying that there are lots of things that bring me happiness. I feel like I am happy in lots of big things and little things, like sunrises and sunsets and wildlife and sand dunes and hanging out with friends and just exploring. But I think a lot of people pursue van life and travel for like to make them happy. And to me, I think there's the whole question about like, okay, happiness versus like inner joy, peace. And happiness, I think, is fleeting and it's all based on external things. So there's a lot of things that we do that bring us happiness, but the challenge since we've been doing van life for me has been to keep my joy and peace, which probably would surprise people because they look at van life and they think, oh, it's the dream. You travel and you see things. But because it's so busy and we're doing so much, it's been a struggle for me. Like there's been a lot of really stressful times. And for me, my peace and joy comes from my faith in Christ. And
Amen.
before we got in the van, we were connected at church. We had regular routines. We had people that we were fellowshipping with. So when you're in the van, we have no routine. Everything's different every day. And we're doing YouTube and work and trying to see everything we can everywhere we are. And I remember once we were in Page, Arizona. We had so much work to do. And there were so many amazing things around to do. And we didn't get to do any of them. And I was so upset. So for me, it's been a journey of trying to find balance and trying to find ways to have the quiet time that I need. We've been talking about slowing down, like slowing down, reading my Bible, praying, those kind of things, because I think that's what's more important than like the happiness. So it's all great, but I think it's just so hard to, it's important to find the balance. And with van life, there's like, where are you going to sleep every night? Where are you going to dump everything? Like there's a lot of things that are more simple than having a home, but there's a lot of things that very different and can be really stressful. So that whole balance.
I would add to that on a more personal level. I talked about van life in particular, but on a personal level, it's easy, especially when you start thinking about YouTube, to get lost in that, to be tempted to find your identity in that. Find your identity in the stat, in the number of views, the number of subscribers, etc., etc. And if you're not careful and if you don't have a good foundation, I think it is a black hole. So that would be my advice to anybody who asks me in particular about YouTube is answer the question of why. Why are you doing it? And if it's for fame and fortune, be prepared for a very rocky road, rocky up and down roller coaster.
For the majority of people.
Yeah, for vast amount of people. Now, of course, there's going to be those that win the lottery, and success will be easier for them than for the rest of us. And so, yeah, and I at many times have realized, I am going down this path that I shouldn't, and so I have to pull back. And the way I like to counter that is every morning, first of all, thank God for another day of life, and then really count my blessings and be thankful for the things that I do have, and the fact that anybody wants to watch what we're doing on YouTube, and people are invested in us. It blows my mind that there are people out there that enjoy what we're doing, and I am thankful for that. That's where I think true happiness blossoms.
Yeah.
When you count your blessings.
That is really good advice for me. Definitely, because I'm the one that does all the YouTube everything, and I get caught up in that, Um, but at the end of the day, like I'm glad you mentioned that because we we are believers, and this is all stepping out in faith. It's like we'll be unsure, and then when we get back to the original reason or the why that we have, then we're like, okay, it's not it. There's no nerves there, you know, and I actually wanted to bring it up, so you brought it up, so I'm glad. Um, but so do you guys ever catch? Because one of the things we're gonna try to catch like church services around the nation, is as much as we can. Um, have you ever thought about doing that?
I feel like that's a really difficult thing. When we first got on the road, I feel like we did it more. We actually
I
listened
think
to
the
our
idea
home
seems
church.
easier.
What's that?
What's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
We actually
Bless you.
typically listen to our home church. We watch it like I think it's a week after, so we'll watch the last Sunday's service like that Sunday. If we're with family, we often go to church, but sometimes, and maybe we need to work harder at this. It's hard to find a church where you feel like they're going to have the same beliefs as you. That
Right.
I get that,
and
definitely.
sometimes it's uncomfortable to just go into a church and you don't know anything about it. So we don't do that as often as we probably should, but we are listening online, to our pastor. And I have a cousin who we try to read like certain chapters in the Bible together and talk about it and pray together. So there's things we do like that, but it can be a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more of a we're just curious
Yeah.
to visit different churches and like different types and see how they're doing church, and it's just something that we thought of while we're traveling. Whether it goes down the way we think, like it sounds exciting and it sounds like oh that'd be fun, but it may not. We don't know.
I'd like to see some churches with like snakes in the
Oh my
service.
gosh!
The
Now
rattlesnakes.
that would be something. You'd be like, okay, time to
All right,
go.
we're leaving.
Yeah, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. So
Yeah, exactly. I had one more question.
Okay, well, that's probably the same one.
It's just the last one that I would ask, just to kind of be the final question, I guess. Do you guys plan to settle down again? And if you did, um, would you? Or I guess it would just be like, have you thought about settling down again? Like finding a place where you would, you know, maybe just do it part time again, or yeah.
We do get asked that question from time to time, and the way I answer it right now is to say we don't have any immediate plan. There's no, yeah, I guess it's the best.
Things are going good.
yeah,
Yeah.
we say that I think we'll keep doing this as long as we can.
Okay.
Things like with our parents, that our mothers, that would maybe change things, like if we needed to get a place and be closer to them for some reason. When we travel, we always think, oh, would we want to live here? So we always keep
Yeah.
that in mind. The other thing too we talk about is when we do get a place again, like, are we going to be stir crazy? We're so used to traveling and seeing new things all the time. So I think if we, when we do get a place, it would be part time. We would still be
Right.
traveling.
So I would say there's no immediate plans, and when I do, that thought does cross my mind. It, honest to goodness, gives me a little bit of a stomach ache thinking about it. Like I'm just not ready to take on that responsibility again. Uh, we had a home for 25 years.
Homes, not the same one.
Not the same one, but homes throughout our marriage.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I know full well what it is to keep up a home and all the bills. And so when I think about getting back into that, it gives me a queasy feeling. So I know that I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it yet. I realize also that this type of lifestyle probably has a shelf life to it. At some point, I imagine you're going to age out. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's some older.
We've seen some. Yeah, there's some older people. We've seen them up to in their 80s,
Yeah.
70s, 80s
That's
doing
awesome.
van life. They're amazing. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Some of them even start like in their 60s. So
Yeah.
But you never know. It depends on health. It depends on
Sure.
different factors.
Yeah.
We're prepared. If we have to go off the road tomorrow, we would if we had to. But we would like to just be able to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So we love it.
Yep.
And
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
Okay.
That's good to hear. I love it. It's like the opposite of what everyone else, in the, I don't know, whatever the people that live in homes world, whatever you call it, home life, the home life people, they're, that's their question is always, well, do you have a backup plan or anything like that? And I love that the backup plan makes you queasy. That's great because
Like, no, I don't want to go
I know,
back.
but I have crazy ideas all the time, and we've had an idea of like a community down the road, where all our van life friends pitch in and buy a big property somewhere, and we can all have
a home
tiny
base.
homes or whatever. So
Or just a home base.
maybe that'll happen someday.
that'd be fun.
It is interesting. When I do think about what's next, that whole home buying idea. We both talk about what if we got some land and maybe you just park the van on it and that you own the land, or it's a very small house that has some land to it that you could invite travelers such as us. Now that we know all about it and what's involved, and offer that space to them, and kind of comment along the lines of what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
That'd be great.
And actually, I guess that would mean that we would have to be dispersed. We would have to be different places, because then we have all the different places that people could come to and stay.
Yeah.
So
We'll pick a plot of land in the middle of the United States.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank you so much, you guys, for
you
joining
guys
us.
have anything else you want to talk about, or this has been awesome?
Hey, this has been wonderful, guys. Thank you so much for having us. We are honored to be a part of this. It's great.
Same.
We're excited for you for what's just around the corner, and hope the home selling process goes well for you and you can get on the road.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to connecting with all our friends that we've met so far, and we're going to be doing the all the different events anyway, until we're full time, but we'll see y'all soon.
We're looking forward to our first schoolie swarm, and I think that's in January, February.
Yeah, and if you're in the Jacksonville area and you need like electric or water or a place to stay, let us know.
Or just passing
if
through.
we still have the house, you guys are welcome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a Cracker Barrel close to us too, but our yard's nicer.
Nice.
Well, I'm glad that, because we were watching you guys before we went to Peace, Love, and Vans, so it was really cool to get to meet you guys in person. First of all, we didn't get a lot of time to talk then, so I'm very glad that we got to do this. So
Yeah.
We look forward to the more meetups and once we get out there, and it's just so nice to know that there are awesome people out there for van life communities. So.
And that, I would say, that's one of the awesome points about this whole van life experience is meeting people such as yourself and knowing that there are good people out there. One story, maybe I'll end with this. You talked about trouble with the van mechanical stuff. We went through a battery. Like, we just made a series of bad mistakes. About 4 times we drained our battery and had to get a jump start from somebody. And just the fact that there are people out there who would come up to us and say, do you need help? And they're more than willing to give us the jump start. Van life, that's great. It's a way of realizing that there's still some good people out there, and
kind people.
It's such a tight knit community. Like, we're finding, and we've been involved with like the music community and doing festivals, so it's very similar. Just music at vans. That's the only difference. I mean, the people we love the the communities that we've met at different music festivals and like Peace, Love, and Vans, meeting all of y'all, you know, and it was so awesome. Like the first person we met was Lance. He comes walking up to us, and it was like we were friends forever. So it's a good thing, you know, and we everybody takes care of each other, you know, if they have a problem with their van or if they need coffee or something, you know, there's somebody right there to help out.
Yep.
It's an awesome
So
community for sure.
Yeah.
makes the world a better place.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
All right.
So thank you guys so much for coming on and being our guest, and have safe travels, and
See you on the road
we'll
sometime.
make sure everybody goes to subscribe on your page and
Yes.
watches your videos because we love them. And
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Y'all
thank you so much.
You look like y'all have so much fun every time. I love the Key West was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
guys.
oh, I can't wait.
All right. We'll see you soon.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Peace.
Bye, guys.